Welcome back to another Waynos Fotos video, and we just changed a bit of the lights around to make it look a little bit different colour. So we've got orangey red today. Anyway, this video is another backpack. I know there's millions of backpack reviews on the internet for photography backpacks. Yeah, there's like heaps of them. But some of them don't seem to get overlooked. You seem to get the main brands. But this one here is a Vanguard one. And I've just got the card here, and it's called a Velocity. And they look a little bit different to your normal camera bag because they're designed so they don't look like a camera bag. They look like just a normal backpack, which is kind of good because normally when you're sort of doing run and gun or you're doing sort of more under the radar sort of stuff, it's not a job where everyone expects to see a camera, then it doesn't intimidate people so much. They don't think you're walking around with a camera to film people. And I do video mostly, so this one here is like a kind of a run and gun backpack thing that I like to use, and it's quite small, and that's what I like about it. And they had 40% off because the camera shop was shutting down, so I snappled this one. And this is called the Velocity Camera Bag Form and Function, and this is the grey version, and it's the very small, comes in 3 sizes. This one's the really miniature one, and when you look at the bag, you can see that it's very well padded. Now we're going to go around the bag, and we're going to look at all the different things. Now it's a back opening backpack, so it opens from the part that sits on your back, so people can't just get into it easily. And it has the Velcro and the padded separators that go in, and you can change them around and put them any way you like. And it's quite padded. For the size of the bag, it's actually quite a heavy backpack. It's not light, so the padding is really quite significant. It does look very premium and quality when you actually look at it. On the bottom of the bag, it has a waterproof bottom, so if you put it down on the ground, it stands up by itself, which I really like. And I've got a little 360 camera, and I use a little selfie stick, and I can just put it in the side, and I can set up the 360 camera, and then I can walk around, and I can actually film myself and just have the 360 camera sitting there filming me and my partner, and I can be with my other camera filming something else. So I can get kind of 2 perspectives because the bag stands upright by itself. Now the bag comes with a kind of flip top, which I think is a little bit of a waste of time because you can kind of put something in there that is this RFID thing which no one can scan, and a card maybe at the most. If you put anything more in there, it won't actually shut because the magnet won't touch the other magnet. So it's just like a flap that opens up and down. But once you leave that flap down, there's actually a zipper that lowers that opens the top, so you can access the backpack from the top as well if it's sitting on the ground. And once you open up the little lid, there's a zipper compartment, and in there it's got like a green little tag and a red little tag. So if you've got a battery in there, you can have your good battery, and then once that battery's used, you can put it into the red side. So you can have green for your charge batteries and red for your discharge batteries. Or you could use it for something else if you want to, but there's 2 separate compartments, and it's very well organized like that. And then it's got like another one in there where you can keep little bits and pieces. So that's actually quite good. The side, there's a side pocket on one side, and I like to keep my little blower in there because with some of the cameras, they don't have the shutters that close, so you can get that little blower in there and clean them out. I don't like to touch the sensors. And on the other side, it has a concealed zipper. If you want to put a power bank in there, you can run a power lead out the side of the backpack, and you could charge something else. I don't know why you would want to do that, but you can do it because you have to have a pretty long lead. You might be able to charge your phone. Now, on the front straps here, you can actually see that there's an expandable where you can put like a phone in there. But I've found that it's actually not that great to use, and it doesn't feel that comfortable when you have it on and you shove something in there. Maybe for something else it was slimmer, or maybe a pens or something like that. I get the idea, but I think in practice it doesn't really work that well. I've got other backpacks that have got a similar thing like that, like a Shimoda, and the same thing. It's just difficult to put your phones in and out. Because they sort of sit, especially with me, they tend to sit up a bit higher on my shoulder, and I can't see what I'm doing because I'm tall. And this is actually probably the biggest negative that I've got with this backpack. It's almost like as if it's designed for a small person, and even with the straps fully extended, it kind of doesn't sit on my bum. I can't get it to sit down on my bum if I want to wear it like that. You either got to have it really high, or you got to sort of have it like mid-back. If it's a shorter person, it probably would work a lot better. But for this backpack, for me, it's not as comfortable as some other backpacks, which are just like normal backpacks. Everything about the backpack is great. I really like this backpack. I like the side of it. It's very tiny. It's not very intrusive, but the way it's designed, very boxy style, it tends to not feel that comfortable on your back as some other just normal designed backpacks. That's probably my biggest negative with it. Now, the backpack comes with a separate piece that you can put on the front of it, and it has clips. You can take it off or you can put it on, and I've just used a bit of shoelace to tie the bottom on so it doesn't flap around and bounce. But it just can clip on at the top, and you can just easily clip it off. And that's like a little organizer. And I like to keep a little selfie stick in there, my 360 camera. You can put your glasses in there. You can actually put little cards in there. It's got like a little organizer. It's got like a lot of little compartments in it. It's quite handy. And I think that's pretty good. I'm not a big fan of having all this little organized sort of stuff, really. And I like sort of bigger compartments in general. I find that they become too fiddly to get things in and out because I like to work pretty quick. But if you're that sort of person that likes to have everything in its place, this bag, you'll love it. It's just absolutely great. Now, I can actually fit a small mirrorless. I can't fit my R3s in, they're too high. So if you've got something that's got a handle extension on it, then that will be too high for your camera unless you lay it down. But for the normal type mirrorless size cameras, they fit in standing up, and I can fit in 3 lenses with that. It's starting to get a bit heavier with 3 lenses. I like to sort of just keep 2 lenses in a maximum because my back's not the best. So that's a great thing. So you can have a couple of lenses, you can have your camera, you can have a water bottle on the side, you can fit a small tripod very easily on the other side. So you can get quite a bit of gear in this very, very small backpack. And then you could probably just have like a bottle of water in there as well, because here in Australia it's very hot. You need to really carry water with you. So it works out pretty well. So normally what I'd do is have 2 lenses, a camera, my phone, maybe a little jumper or something, a drink on one side, and you can put a tripod or a monopod I like to use on the other side. And then you can have your like 360 camera with a selfie stick in that little pouch, or maybe a few other little things like your glasses and that. And you can go with that sort of setup, and it works pretty well. As I said, the only thing is the comfort of the way it's not that the straps are not comfortable, it's just the way it sits on your back. And I found you get that a lot with photography backpacks. They tend to, because they're quite heavy, you've got heavy stuff in them, they somehow don't, it's almost like as if they do a great job at protecting your lenses and your cameras, but somehow they miss the whole it's on your back thing. And that's probably just the only thing, the only criticism I've got of this bag. Apart from that, I found it really, really good. Oh, maybe the other con is the price. I didn't pay full price. I got 40% off, but retail, this thing was $300 AUD. And I think that price for this bag, because it's a very, very small bag, is pretty hefty. Okay, it looks trendy and it looks well finished, but that for that size backpack, it's very small, is a bit steep. So the price, the only 2 cons I found is the way it sits on your back. It's not as comfortable as some dedicated backpacks, and also the price. Well, anyway, guys, apart from that, I found it to be a pretty decent backpack for just small, when you just want a few things, like a camera and 1 lens or camera and 2 lenses, and then just all your little bits and you're going hiking. it works pretty well. Well, anyway, guys, that's what I'm going to leave it for. This Vanguard Velocity backpack. That's the small one. You can actually get a medium one and a bigger one as well, if that's sort of something you want to look at. Well, I'm going to sign off now, and I'll see you next video.